So just in general, this question kind of ties to the basic structure of any CV, any resume that we write. So yes, usually if we are writing an open CV, open resume, we have the choice to include as many experiences that we have in the most chronological manner, with the most recent experiences being top on the top of the list, with most remote ones on the bottom of the list. So going from the latest to the most remote experiences. In our open CVs, we have option, but in ERAS, they have started over last, I believe, 3 years, they have started limiting the number of experiences that candidates can put in, just because they believe that it's kind of like average 10 experiences should be enough to know a person, to know their personality, to know their experiences. Any person at this stage of your careers, at this stage of your education journey, if you have 10 experiences, which could include any category that they have on their drop-down list on ERAS, doesn't have to be professional experiences, could be your hobbies, could be any hobby which turned into a professional experience. So anything, volunteer experiences, research experience, electives or rotations that you have done. So 10 usually sounded like a decent number to be given to the applicants to give that variety of experiences that they have, express those on their CV, but also not overwhelming their application with n number of experiences just because they want to enlist everything and every job that they have done in their life so far. Because some of those people might not be able to reflect on those experiences, how they help them working as a resident or working as a physician in medicine. Some people are very witty about that. Even if they have worked in a completely non-medicine field in the past, they know how to relate that to their role as a physician. But that's very less likely that we have seen on CVs. People are very naive in terms of being able to make those connections. So that's why over these last 2-3 years, they have kind of like limited those experiences to 10. A lot of the time I do get asked about this question, like, how do I decide which one to put onto or which one should make that top 10 list? To answer that question, I believe like you need to know yourself well. So you need to understand if you are, like, it's going to sound a little crazy, if you're kind of like making a script on your life so far, if you're making a film or a movie on your life so far, what are the things which you think are highlights of it, especially in terms of your professional experiences, in terms of your leadership experiences, in terms of your research, electives, any hobbies? Like if you have played for a band for your college or for your school, that is a significant experience for me to know your personality. Does that relate to medicine? Probably yes, because you worked in a team when you were playing in that band. You probably are someone who is vocal in front of a group of people. So you are someone who can talk to patients. You are someone who can talk to a group of family members and try to engage them into a conversation. That's why I say very less people are able to relate their non-medicine experiences to their role in medicine. If you are able to relate that experience on your CV, then having your hobbies, having your volunteer work, which might not be related to medicine, tells your reader a lot about your personality on your CV. So never think about like, oh, this experience or this hobby is not related to medicine. Why should I mention those into my top 10 experiences? But if that is a significant portion of your personality, that is a significant portion of your life, why not mention that on your top 10 experiences? I hope that kind of like addresses a little bit. So in nutshell, if I have to summarize my response, yes, ERAS has limited those down to 10. Which ones to choose, that is based on your own reflection about yourself. Like if I have to write down my top 10 experiences, like we search for like, okay, what are the top 10 best movie shows or top 10 best Netflix series that I can watch? Same way, if I have to write or develop a list of, okay, what are the top 10 experiences of this person? What would you write in that? So those are the ones which you should actually choose to go on your ERAS CV.
Do writing the clinical experiences on the top is important and it is must, or what do you suggest?
I think, as I said, in the nutshell, no matter which experiences you choose, those 10, from what my understanding about ERAS application and ERAS website is, that it is gonna auto correct those into a chronological order. So whichever those experiences are your latest experience will automatically populate on the top of the list, and the ones which are remote are gonna populate on the bottom of the list. So ERAS kind of like do that job for you. At least when I fill the application, I don't know if that changed recently. But again, that goes journal for your ERAS CV, for your open other CVs that you develop. You always wanna put your most recent experiences first, and the ones which are more remote are gonna be on the bottom of your list. For ERAS, because it's gonna be a mix and match of your volunteer, research, clinical. So based on when you did those experiences are gonna populate on your CV. When we as programs are reviewing your CVs or reading your CVs, does that matter to me which experience tops your list? No. Even if it's your hobby, that's something you have done in this last year, which is significant, and because of that, that tops your list. It doesn't matter to me because we know how ERAS auto-populates those things. So again, ERAS is one of unique examples of CV, but if you do your actual regular CV, yes, you're gonna put it from most chronological to the most remote one. And the same thing goes for ERAS, and it doesn't matter if your hobby tops that one.
All right. Thank you so much, doctor.